Construction workers taking a lunch break on steel beams high above London. Sitting without modern safety equipment during the construction of a new building. The brick carrier. A laborer hauling bricks in Cologne, Germany, symbolizing the strength, endurance, and resilience of the working class in the early 20th century. A local woman spinning flax into thread using traditional methods in a Spanish village, preserving a centuries-old craft. A police officer stops traffic to allow 4 people dressed in chic costumes to cross the street in London, England. Coca-Cola's first delivery truck in Knoxville, Tennessee, featuring wooden wheels with solid tires, a common design of early motor vehicles. An Apache woman carrying her child in a traditional cradleboard at Fort Apache, Arizona, reflecting a long-standing indigenous childcare practice. Mickey Mouse Club gathering at a U.S. theater with hundreds of children and several adults seated in the audience, all wearing paper Mickey Mouse masks. Surprise! Valley Farm in Newport, Rhode Island, featuring a distinctive domed structure topped with a small cupola and a weather vane. A female construction worker sits high on scaffolding in Berlin, Germany, believed to be the daughter of a master builder, helping restore the old town hall tower. At WSPU headquarters in London, volunteers work on a special edition of Votes for Women, clipping and assembling newspaper articles for publication. A gardener pushes a lawn mower through a meticulously maintained garden featuring stone benches, large decorative urns, and carefully trimmed trees. U.S. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy and West Berlin Mayor Willy Brandt stand at a Berlin Wall observation platform, a symbol of Cold War division in Europe. Filipino craftsmen demonstrating reed weaving at the Pan American Exposition, Buffalo, New York. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire in New York City, one of the deadliest industrial disasters in U.S. history, claimed the lives of 146 workers, most of them young immigrant women. Inside the Paris catacombs, a mannequin posed by photographer Nadar appears as a worker pushing a cart of bones, illustrating early underground photography. Admiral Richard E. Byrd's Antarctic snow cruiser passes through heavy traffic in Framingham, Massachusetts, en route to Antarctica. View from the Brooklyn Bridge walkway in New York City, looking toward one of the bridge's iconic granite towers and its distinctive Gothic arches. A U.S. mail carrier collects letters from a street mailbox while using a specialized tricycle or motorized vehicle designed for efficient mail delivery and pickup. Military personnel stand beside enormous observation balloons inside a hangar at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, highlighting the scale of early military aviation equipment. A woman and child glean leftover grain from a harvested field in Pajala, Sweden, collecting what remained after the harvest to help support their household. Venice's canals were drained for maintenance, allowing workers to remove accumulated mud and debris using small rail carts running along temporary tracks. The dirigible Columbia attempts a mail pickup atop the newly completed Empire State Building, part of an early experiment in airship-based mail service. A child runs through Central Park in New York City with arms outstretched, pretending to soar like a bird in a carefree moment of imagination and play. During World War I, circus elephants were used in parts of Europe to plow fields and haul heavy loads, replacing horses that had been requisitioned for military service. an ornately carved wooden Catholic confessional booth, a common feature in churches. Designed for the sacrament of confession, where parishioners confess to a priest, Reggio Emilia. Nancy Serville, 17, is escorted by police into a transport vehicle in New York, accused of acting as a lookout for a robbery gang in the Queens area. A woman practices boxing in a long dress and boots beside a metal frame holding hanging punching bags, reflecting early limits on women's sportsnet and social norms. 4 women in formal Victorian dress and wide-brimmed hats in a vintage Halloween-style photograph, 2 holding brooms and 1 holding an owl. A group of window cleaners in London, England, 1910, dressed in suits, ties, and flat caps, using long wooden ladders and a wheelbarrow to reach upper windows. Newsboys or newsies gather outside a newspaper office in New York City, highlighting harsh child labor conditions that helped drive reform efforts in the U.S. A man drops his umbrella in strong wind and snow as pedestrians struggle through a blizzard on the Mall in London, England, with severe winter conditions. French craftsmen carefully finish details in the workshop during the construction of the Statue of Liberty in Paris, working on its intricate design and structure. Oakley, one of the most famous sharpshooters in U.S. history, was known for shooting over her shoulder, using a small hand mirror to aim at targets behind her. A young couple in a small boarding room in Hamilton County, Ohio, showing the hardships of the era with a coal stove used for heating in the cramped space. Virginia County Fair, USA, featuring pioneering photographer Francis Benjamin Johnston running a temporary elite tintype gallery, offering affordable instant portraits. U.S. Ambassador to the UN presents evidence of Soviet surveillance at the Security Council, revealing a hidden listening device inside a wooden U.S. Great Seal. Construction of the U.S. Capitol shows iron columns erected and wooden scaffolding used to lift heavy materials as the iconic cast-iron dome replaces the older, smaller dome. A cat walking along the railing of the southeastern tower of the Sydney Harbor Bridge. Fort Peck Dam in Montana, United States, featuring massive concrete structures that create a powerful and monumental architectural presence. USS Bunker Hill is struck by 2 Japanese kamikaze aircraft in 1945 during WE, killing 389 sailors and injuring 264, causing massive explosions and fires aboard. A woman hits a neo-Nazi with her handbag during a street march in Sweden in a public act of protest against a far-right demonstration. Photographer Margaret Bourke-White works atop the Chrysler Building in New York, seated on a gargoyle at the 61st floor while documenting the city skyline. Smith College women's basketball team, class of 1902, using wicker baskets instead of modern nets to catch the ball, reflecting early rules of the sport. Titanic survivors aboard RMS Carpathia in April 1912, including Mrs. Charles M. Hayes covering her face in grief following the disaster and loss of the Titanic. Strict appearance standards for United Airlines female flight attendants, requiring precise grooming, neat makeup, regulated hair length, straight hats, and perfectly pressed uniforms. Chalkboard cafe sign in London during the Blitz, reading "Cafe open. In the event of invasion, we shall close for half an hour," reflecting British wartime humor and resilience. Female fire drill volunteers at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii during WE, symbolizing the vital contribution and courage of American women in the war effort. Logging industry in Idaho, where a river hog worker uses a long pole to guide floating logs in a mill pond, with sawmills and smokestacks in the background. Civilians in Bilbao, Spain flee to shelters during an air raid alarm in May 1937, amid the Spanish Civil War, as bombing threats force people to seek safety. A Hooverville in Central Park, New York City, made of makeshift shelters built by homeless people during the Great Depression. A group of nomades camping in Battersea, London, beside their caravan. The man at center, William Hampton, is noted as a respected and honest figure. Two stylish women leaving a polling station in London. 58,307 military dog tags represent U.S. soldiers killed or missing in the Vietnam War, suspended from the ceiling to create a powerful memorial installation. Two Irish fishermen rest while mending fishing nets, wearing heavy wool clothing and traditional caps, smoking pipes as they work in Ireland. Edie Sedgwick, Andy Warhol, and friends pose on or inside a manhole cover in New York City, 1965, capturing the playful, eccentric art culture of the era. Joe Arridy, known as the happiest death row inmate, was wrongfully executed in 1939, later pardoned in 2011 after evidence proved his innocence. The first NYC subway opens on Oct. 27, 1904, at City Hall Station, with Mayor George McClellan and officials riding the inaugural Interborough Rapid Transit train. Children continue playing basketball on a court, while firefighters work to extinguish a large building fire in the background in New York City. Crowds walk across the Golden Gate Bridge on opening day, with over 200,000 people paying 25 cents each to cross during the pedestrian celebration event. World Pole Sitting Championship, Roelof Ferensveen, Netherlands, 1971, featuring Hannes de Jong. Contestants endured extreme conditions atop poles for up to 92 hours. Inside an American Airlines Boeing 747, musicians perform live on a 64-key Wurlitzer electronic organ, rather than using recorded background music. Women working at the Heinz factory in Pittsburgh, operating early mass production bottling machines to fill, cap, and label ketchup bottles under strict hygiene standards. A woman uses an outdoor wall-mounted wooden hand-crank telephone attached to a utility pole, c. 1900 to 1910, an early form of public communication technology. A U.S. police officer pours out confiscated beer on the ground, opting to destroy the alcohol on site instead of arresting underage drinkers. A woman uses an early permanent wave machine, combining heated curlers and chemicals to create long-lasting curls in a process that could take several hours. First women ride Harley-Davidson motorcycles from Brooklyn to San Francisco, a 9,000-mile round trip using 1915 models equipped with sidecars for the journey. A woman drinks tea amid the rubble of a German air raid during the Blitz in London, England, in World War II, showing calm resilience under wartime destruction. The first Miss Universe winner is seen during a visit to her family in Muhos, Finland, reflecting her return home after becoming the 1952 title holder. Women Air Force Service WASP at Lockbourne, Ohio, trained on 4-engine aircraft to ferry military planes from factories, conduct test flights, and support WE operations. Ford Bubble Top Concept Car, California, featuring a transparent glass dome roof offering 360 degrees visibility. Its futuristic design was never mass-produced due to heat issues. Crowds in Buring, Belgium, gather near a viaduct and school, waiting for the Virgin Mary apparition, standing patiently in the rain under umbrellas. A humorous moment of a horse appearing to laugh, showing amusing animal behavior. Amphicar amphibious vehicles capable of operating on land and water, with 2 units once completing a crossing of the English Channel in 1965. A joyful moment of women learning to ride bicycles. An Oglala Lakota girl sits with a small puppy in front of a traditional buffalo hide tipi used by Native American Plains tribes. A salesman using motorized roller skates with a backpack engine weighing about 19 pounds refueling at a station. The skates lacked brakes and were costly, limiting use. RMS Titanic being prepared for launch in Belfast. A window cleaner on the Empire State Building in New York works at extreme height while cleaning over 6,500 windows of the iconic skyscraper, a truly nerve-wracking task. Boys in London, England, playing on an abandoned double-decker bus in a scrapyard. Workers at Noah Hingley and Sons Limited forge massive anchor chains for the Titanic, with oversized, measured links reflecting the scale of early 20th century shipbuilding.